Sometimes it's hard to keep up, so we're going to have another episode dedicated to what's new with laws surrounding COVID passports, keeping people's information private. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Wedding Industry Law. My name is Rob. I am an attorney representing wedding industry professionals, and in this video we're talking more about COVID passports, keeping people's private health information actually private in the age of COVID. And just as an asterisk, this is an extra special episode of Blossom because I actually recorded this live during a Clubhouse that I do every week called Wedding Industry Law Hour, in which I essentially answer questions from wedding professionals. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to be in the audience or ask a question, go to Clubhouse, follow me at Wedding Lawyer every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, Wedding Industry Law Hour. I answer your questions, no matter what it is, about the wedding business and running a wedding business. And in this instance, the question was, what are some new things, what are some new developments in the world of COVID and running a wedding industry? And this is what I had to say. We've talked about this in previous videos. We talked about this in previous Clubhouses, but the bottom line is that COVID vaccination, COVID passport information is protected private health information. So whenever you are handling somebody's private health information that they have provided for you, you must keep that private. You must take reasonable efforts to make sure that does not get out into the Ethernet, that doesn't get hacked, that, what was that movie from the 80s where the National Lampoons, where they go on vacation in Europe and the camera gets stolen, and then the wife, her pictures are on a billboard the next day. We don't want that. We don't want that to happen with private health information of our guests. So making sure that if you are storing it, it's password protected in the cloud, not on your laptop, or if somebody can steal the laptop, they have that information. Just making sure that your team, if you're working with the team, they understand that, and they have perhaps signed confidentiality agreements, these type of things. Just reasonable steps to operate within the privacy laws of the jurisdiction that you're in is the safest. And that's kind of the newest thing that I'm seeing. And we talked about this before we went live with Clubhouse this week. But California, it's okay to accept COVID passport information, private health information of people that are willing to give it to you in order to get into an event. No problem. Now, though, we are seeing some states, well, I don't want to say some states, I don't know if it's more than one state, but I do know that one state, and that state is Florida, which has recently made it illegal, for lack of a better word, to ask someone for their COVID vaccine information in order to get entry into a place. So at least one jurisdiction, you don't have to worry about maintaining people's privacy because you're not allowed to ask for it. So there's a really, when we say that it's fluid, it is absolutely fluid and changes from week to week. I guess the idea here is anything with regard to keeping private health information private under privacy laws in your jurisdiction will be jurisdictional dependent. So I can't speak to like specifically what will be required in California versus another place, but on the spectrum of things, the idea is that the more reasonable you act under the law, the more steps you take in order to keep something private, the less likely it is that a jury or judge will say that you have violated the common law right to privacy or whatever statute protects protected health information. So the wedding professional that makes sure they have a policy and procedure as it pertains to protected health information, in other words, a written guideline. Hey, anybody that accepts this, it goes into this part of the computer, in this file, it's protected. No one should get to it. It's password protected. Only staff knows the password. they're functioning, I would say, more reasonable than someone that doesn't do that. The same thing goes with making sure that not only do you have the written policies, but you have your staff sign written binding contracts saying they will not, take that information and go somewhere else. If I'm a judge or a jury, if the business cares enough to have done that as well, that is another brick in the house that we are building that will make it less likely that you will be liable if that information actually gets out somewhere. So the question is, Rob, do I have to have my staff sign confidentiality agreements in which they're agreeing to keep private health information private and not going and putting it on billboards? I don't think that you have to, depending on the jurisdiction you're in. I don't know every jurisdiction, but it definitely lessens your liability, lessens the likelihood that you would be successfully sued in that situation. So the document would be an agreement, a confidentiality agreement or a non-disclosure agreement that is between you as the wedding professional and your employees or contractors that basically states out you might come into contact with wedding guests, couples, private health information. You can't do anything with it other than work this event. Okay. So that's what the document does. Who can draft that for you? Any attorney that, deals with this type of issue can draft it up. Just again, you want to make sure, because this is what we're trying to avoid are lawsuits surrounding what we call the common law right to privacy, as well as state-specific statutory privacy laws. So that's when I say that it's jurisdictionally dependent, that's what I'm talking about. So you want to make sure that you have an attorney draw up your confidentiality or non-disclosure agreement with an attorney that understands and is licensed in the jurisdiction of the state that you are going to be working in. So I hope that you enjoyed this particular episode. Again, like I said, if you have a question that you want answered, you can either ask the question in the comment section below or be a part of the Clubhouse community that we're in. Every Thursday, it's Wedding Industry Law Hour hosted by the Luxury Wedding Vendors Group. I'm at Wedding Lawyer, so follow me, give me a shout, and participate. We have a great time, a lot of great questions every week. We go the full hour most weeks. Sometimes we go over the hour because we're having such good conversations, legal conversations about running a wedding business. Clubhouse. As far as this video goes, new episodes, or new videos, I should say, on wedding industry law every week. Monday, they are brand spanking new, or wherever you get your podcast from. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We'll see you next Monday.